talking about Kiss. And what's really annoying is that I don't even know where to begin with this. You know, we had the long tour, and of course it was delayed because of 2020. And it went into the ending of just last year, of 23. So a lot of people were anticipating and hoping and asking the question if Ace and Peter were going to be on stage for the final show or for several shows. As it dwindled down, they knew they weren't going to be on the shows, any of the shows for the final shows. But what about the absolute final show, the very last one, Madison Square Garden? That turned out not to be the case. Same thing with Bruce Kulick. If you read the Bruce Kulick story, Bruce Kulick explains why. But it just would have made more sense. Now, of course, within the last several years, Kiss has talked about replacing themselves. I mean, Paul and Gene. It's basically Paul and Gene who started the band, who's been with the band since the beginning. So it's really strange that they would say, oh, we're going to... Actually, we could see the band going on without us. That was one of the other odd, stupid things that they said. I mean, why would you want to replace Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons and Kiss? It just really wouldn't make any sense. Because if you did, then of course, as many people have said, it would just be another tribute band. It would just be another cover band. And of course, Paul Stanley has mentioned that if Ace and Peter were going to be in the band again for the final shows, or any of them, that the band would have to call themselves Piss. Yeah, well, Kiss has embarrassed themselves within the last year or two, couple years, several years. I don't know. When I saw them last in 2012, it was a pretty good show. And I was far back enough, but I didn't hear anything about backing tracks or anything like that. Now, Kiss have done some embarrassing shit before in the past that they've later regretted. Like the album Dynasty, Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park, and the concept album Music from the Elder, which I thought all were brilliant. I liked the movie. I like Unmasked. I think Unmasked was an incredible album. The songs on there were awesome. And of course, even Music from the Elder had some like really cool, interesting stuff on there. Now, considering I am doing a video about the avatars, it would have made sense to get Avatar Tapestry, but this is how I and a lot of other fans want to remember Kiss. The first 5 albums, even though I only have 4 up there, but the first 5 albums were the most incredible things. The first Kiss album, slightly different paint makeup, slightly different paint. Ace and Paul have the same makeup. Gene's slightly different. Peter's is definitely different. This is an awesome debut album. And yes, even Kiss in Time I thought was awesome. Hotter Than Hell I thought was an awesome album. Another good one. The whole fact that it's got all that katakana and kanji on there. The Kill, which is kind of a strange one because they wanted this is when they were doing the whole black and white thing. And they even did a black and white picture. And if you've ever seen this picture, the color picture of this is really cool in New York City, where they took it on 34th Street or where the heck ever, somewhere in New York City. I forgot exactly where. It's definitely one of the best albums ever. And it was really interesting because they did it in the same year, and they recorded Destroyer and Rock and Roll Over. It's just an awesome album cover. Love Gun from '77. Not really well about that one. That's where they kind of started showing signs of weakness as songwriters. And even this one, Dynasty from '79. This is still Coleman, still on the album. Peter Criss isn't on the album, with the exception of the vocals. But anyways, I thought this picture looked the best. It was the coolest. It has the staircase on the side of the drum riser. As you notice, there's a whole big space right there where Peter Criss's drum set goes up during his solo. And it's just an awesome picture. It's an awesome stage shot of the picture. This is what fans want. The whole new Avatar thing, I don't really like it. when I saw that out, speaking of embarrassing things, it's kind of strange too, because the Avatar thing reminds me of something. It reminds me of another album cover. You know what it reminds me of? Creatures of the Night. Look at the Avatars thing and then look at this. Kind of reminds you of Creatures of the Night. And Creatures of the Night was Kiss's 1982, let's get back into rocking and metal, and put out a really kick-ass album. That's where they really came back. Creatures of the Night. So it's kind of strange that it's a Creatures, but this isn't a comeback at all. That's for sure. There's a lot of people out there that are just, they're still here. So the whole fact of like, oh, we want Kiss memory to live on and everything, it's just kind of stupid to have this, these avatars. That's one thing too. What they showed is just this computerized image of the Kiss members. So I mean, what's the point of that? Are they planning on just touring with that? I don't really get it. If somebody knows, explain to me, because every single time I've watched on the multiple videos I've watched of the avatars, I say, oh yes, it's the avatars, and then that's it. There's going to be no actual physical human body on stage. It's just going to be shows of just a big huge screen and showing the avatars playing, and with the Kiss music playing in the background. I mean, that's twice as bad as the whole using backing tracks thing. It's like, okay, well, you're just going to go pay hundreds of dollars or whatever the heck the prices are going to be to go see this Kiss show where it's just on the screen. It's just a computerized thing, and they're going to be playing the songs, and it's not even Kiss. It's not real. It just doesn't make any damn sense. And there's a lot of dummies out there, including some of you dummies who think, oh, this is great, they're such marketing geniuses, and this and that stuff. No, they didn't come up with the idea. Most of the marketing ideas Neil Bogart or other people came up with. Those things with the color forms, the t-shirts, the puzzles, the games, and all those other little things, they were doing that for the Beatles and other groups back in the 60s and throughout the early 70s. So they already had that stuff. So I get into a whole spiel about that, but I won't. Anyway, my main point here is Kiss is such an awesome band, legendary band, and left a legacy, all this and that stuff. True, this Avatar thing isn't going to do really anything. I don't know what that's the point of it. What makes Kiss a living legend and what's going to continue their legacy is their albums that they did. Once those guys are gone, all the tapes, CDs, LPs, VHS tapes, and DVDs, and concert shirts, and every single thing else is going to be around. So that's their legacy right there. What's going to add to their legacy is them recording a damn new album. They haven't recorded an album in like a really long time. So what's going to make the Kiss legacy last and become immortal is their albums that they've released. All the albums, the tape CDs, the records, the DVDs, and all that other stuff that they've released is going to live on. That's what's going to leave behind the legacy, not just continuing it with some electronic computerized show of something. I mean, just more bands are going to do that, and it's just going to be kind of just really stupid. Way too long for a freaking release album. 2009 they came out with Sonic Boom, so it was about a 10-11 year wait from Psycho Circus to Sonic Boom. And then from Sonic Boom, 2009, 3 years later, not a bad wait, 2012, in October of 2012, they came out with Monster. So in the year 2022, it was already 10 years old. Now it's 11 years old, going on 12 years, and they haven't recorded a new album. That's like waiting around in 92 and they haven't released an album since Unmasked. Can you imagine that way? If they released Unmasked or Creatures of the Night in 1982, and then it was like 94 and they didn't release anything. Can you imagine that span, what that would have happened? It's really messed up. So what would prove them as legendary performers and songwriters and have a lot of people really say, well, yeah, they still got it, they still kick ass, is to record a new album. I've said this before many times in my videos. I'll say it again if you're new to my channel. A lot of these other bands, AC/DC, Ozzy, Kiss, all the ones that should retire and they haven't retired, should just retire. Fuck touring. Screw touring. What does touring do? It brings in the money? These guys don't need the dang money. Just record new albums with new songs to show people you still have it. You have what it takes to make it as an artist, as a musician, to create cool kick-ass songs. That would be cool. That's what I'm wanting to see. That's what I'm waiting to see. Not this Avatar corny stuff that they're going to do. Not any other kind of other corny thing that they got planned. Just record a new album. It's been a long time due, and it would just make sense if they did. I don't think it is. Fans are buying into it. Fans are dumb if they are, but oh well. Hopefully they do something cool this year. Thanks for watching.